Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. And we are continuing on with Doctor Who, Season 4, Episode 7. We just watched Episode 6 right before this. We want to try and fit one more in, if we can tonight, before any potential catastrophe happens downstairs. So yes, if there are noises from down below later on, that is why. Full disclosure, I am battling a very wicked migraine. I have been all night. But as I said in Episode 6, we'll soldier through it. I'm going to fit one more in. And hopefully, we'll do it justice. Let's not put it off any longer. Let's see what Episode 7 has in store for us. Martha is no longer with us. And now we have an unknown to look forward to. That made sense in my head, but yeah, my brain is fried. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I haven't been invited. Oh, I forgot. Yes, we have.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with that lead piping? That's impossible.
What? All right.
It's like the game of Clue. The insect did it with a pipe in the study.
You're right. You win. All right. I'm trying to keep an open mind.
What do you think? Flapper or slapper?
Flapper, you look lovely. And this is Miss Donna Noble.
Good afternoon, my lady. Topping day. What? Spiffing. Top hell.
Hello, I'm the doctor. How do you do?
Very well.
Your usual, sir? Ah, thank you, Davenport. Just how I like it. Couldn't agree more, sir.
Typical. All the decent men are on the other bus.
All time, Lord.
Thank you, Lady Edison. There's no need. Agatha Christie. You make a rather unusual couple.
Oh, no,
Yeah, we're not a
we're
couple.
not married.
Well, obviously not. No wedding ring.
Ooh.
Thrill is in the chase, never in the capture.
Yep.
Mr. Christie not joining us? Can't a woman make her own way in the world?
It's the day Agatha Christie disappeared.
Hmm.
Professor Peach in the library with the lead piping.
Let me see.
Nice.
Replace Peach with Plum.
Someone should call the police.
You don't have to. Being one of that lot is an alien in human form.
Yeah, but think about it. There's a murder, a mystery, and Agatha Christie. Like meeting Charles Dickens and he's surrounded by ghosts at Christmas. Come on. It's not like we
Nice.
can drive and they all did it.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, yeah. One of your best.
But not yet.
Tell you what, copyright Donna Noble.
Anyway.
How like a man to have fun while there's disaster all around him. I'll work with you, gladly, for the sake of justice, not your own amusement.
Nice.
Totally alone. Absolutely alone. There's no one else with me. Not at all.
I was sitting in the blue room taking my afternoon tea. It's a ritual of mine.
It's an M. The word is maiden.
Maiden! What does that mean?
That's still my verb for.
Oh. Uh-oh. She could have moved.
Just stop. Stop there. Show yourself! That's just cheating.
I'm faithful.
Aww.
I found my husband with another woman. A younger, prettier woman. Isn't it always the way?
Mine was with a giant spider.
I'm afraid my books will be forgotten. Like ephemera. Miss Marple, who writes those?
Copyright Donna Noble, add it to the list.
It's cyanide. Sparkling cyanide.
Shake! Cocktail shaker, what do you want, a Harvey Wallbanger?
Harvey Wallbanger! How is Harvey Wallbanger one word?
What do you mean?
No! What
salty.
Oh, that's too salty.
What about this? Shock, I need a shock.
Right then, big shock. Coming on.
I must do that more often.
No. No. No.
Impossible.
Please.
Miss Chandrakala cruelly taken from us. And yet we still take dinner.
We are British, Doctor.
Roger.
My child!
Aw.
Poor footman. Roger's dead and he can't even mourn him. 1926, it's more like the Dark Ages.
Yep.
I give you Agatha Christie.
This is a cricket house. Tools of your trade, Miss Redmond. Or should I say, the unicorn.
Oh.
How did you discover the truth?
Actually, I had no idea. I was just going to say you're completely innocent.
Imagine the scandal. The family name. I'm British. I carry on. This was his true shape. I loved him so much it didn't matter.
Then we have to consider it was you, Donna Noble.
Who did I kill?
No, but you said it all along. The vital clue.
I'm sorry.
Lady Edison, your child. And at the same time, it absorbed the works of Agatha Christie directly from Lady Edison. One of yours, Dame Agatha.
Dave.
Oh. Sorry, not yet.
Mind is based on her thought processes. They're linked.
Quite so, Doctor.
Donna, that thing couldn't help itself.
Neither could I. 5 billion.
People never stop reading them. She is the best-selling novelist of all time.
Wow.
Well, no one knows how they're going to be remembered. All we can do is hope for the best.
Wonderful.
It was both wondrous and weird.
I loved it.
Very, yeah. So we had ourselves our period piece. That we
The Agatha Christie.
The Agatha Christie. We brought up we haven't had a period piece and we haven't had a Dalek episode, so we chalked one up. Very interesting, very clever.
Yes.
Like I say it in almost all of the historical ones, especially when they deal with real people. They do such a good job of weaving fiction with fact.
Yes.
And to put this in a Clue-like setting with the Agatha Christie was fun.
As if one of her books were coming to life.
Well, it kind of did, because
Yes.
that stone was using her as a conduit for the pastor's awakening. Makes you wonder what if Lady Edison had been reading like The Art of War and she had the pendant on, like what would happen then?
Uh-oh.
All the Wasp thing was interesting. All right. Yeah, overall it was fun. I like me a murder mystery. I like me some Agatha Christie. So it's cool to see it come to life the way it did. I kind of figured it was the pastor guy.
Was it mainly because when everyone was telling their story, his didn't seem to have any sort of tainting secret in it?
Well, I just liked how everyone's story was like a twist of I was freshening up. She had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I was reminiscing about the war. He was looking at porn. Lady Edison, I was having my afternoon tea.
She was having a beverage.
She was indeed. Then the guy said I was alone, all alone. There was no one else. I was by myself.
Yes, something that he made sure of, that there's no one. All right.
Yeah.
It's all right for us.
Yeah. That was sad. Like, it was interesting. We talked about inclusion in the last episode, and then they do it here. So yeah, like.
They were being period accurate. It had to be secret.
Yeah. But not just the show addressing that topic, addressing that subject matter. I brought it up a little bit in episode 6. And then in episode 7, they went ahead and do it. Like, that's cool. But this is from my notes. But but Donna says Roger's dead and he can't even mourn him. I was like, that's rough. And then she calls it the Dark Ages. Yeah. Oh, we're still fighting to this day. Like, if you go to the hospital, I don't know if I'm allowed to go be admitted in. Like, if something happens to one of us, it's not nothing obvious I want to think about, but it's like, what rights do we have?
Something to think about, actually.
So it's just interesting how we've come so far, and we have. But yeah, it was cool, but it was bittersweet. You know, it was nice that it was there, but also it was period accurate. So they're gonna frolic together. You know, he had to watch the guy that he liked die. You know, he found him dead. And just when he said his name, he's like, Roger. It's like, oh, so sad. But I spoke in episode 4 about casting. When I really wasn't liking the genius guy. But this one also reaffirms everyone was well, like on a whole, in general. It's a well-cast show, but this was a predominantly human cast. You know, we didn't have like a species like the last one and, you know, another like alien race, you know, the ones that preceded it. This was like all humans, except for one, you know, giant wasp. Well, technically 2.
And it was something that, at that period, they would recognize. They know what a wasp is.
Yeah, yeah.
It wouldn't have been something so outlandish that they wouldn't even recognize it.
What was like when we watched the Girl in the Fireplace and the clockwork things? And you even said in that time they would still understand that these things are.
That it didn't involve any sort of intergalactic technology. It involved gears, something that they would have been familiar with.
So everyone was well cast. It was an Agatha Christie story come to life, as we said. It was a game of Clue, as you said,
which Donna definitely noticed.
Yeah, and yeah, just everyone was cast really well. Like Lady Edison was cast well. The Reverend guy was cast well. You know, Lady Edison's husband was cast well. Agatha Christie was cast very well.
Yeah,
very, very well. So superb casting there. She did a really good job. And it was interesting seeing her have like this crisis of confidence in her own work. Now, of course, like as he said, we don't know how we're going to be remembered. We don't know. And she was celebrated in life, but she was also, her legacy is still ongoing today.
Yes.
Like there are still movies being made about her stories.
All that we can do is, hope for the best. And be British by carrying on.
My British Whovian viewers, is that still a cultural thing today? Like, is that like we have like American pride. We're American. Yeah. America.
Well,
titties and hot dogs. Yeah.
Well, you have heard of keep calm and carry on. That's still a thing.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is is it more than a catchphrase? Is it more than like a meme? Like is the idea of, you know, persevering. We're British and we carry on. Is that your version of like American pride? Is that still a thing today? Hopefully not as bastardized and hokey as it is here.
It did help with getting through 2 world wars. So I suspect why not carrying on.
This wasn't nearly as deep as the last one. It was nice to have something with levity to it. This was like a lighthearted jaunt, you know, with a very interesting take on, like, imagine pitching that. Okay, I have an idea for an episode in season 4. What's that? We're gonna do a historical one. Oh, we're good at those. Yes, we are. Who are we gonna? We've done Shakespeare and, you know, and all that stuff.
Shakespeare, Charles Dickens. Writers. Have you noticed a theme?
Exactly. What's the next writer we can do now? Agatha Christie. Ooh. What are we gonna do? A murder mystery come to life. I like it. Oh, wait. Oh, yes? A giant wasp. Wait, what? An alien giant wasp.
Well, it needs to be Doctor Who, like, somehow.
We got to Doctor Who it up. That's what we did. So on the surface, it sounds like, what? But surprisingly, it worked. And I like how they wove it back into, like, her remembering it in that story at the end. One thing that the Doctor Who historical ones always do well, they do a lot of things well, because we generally like them, is that they're clever. And this was, like, not just clever, it was based on someone who is clever. Like, Shakespeare is clever and Charles Dickens is clever, but Agatha Christie's whole thing is being clever. And it was cool to see the Doctor interact with someone else because the Doctor thinks he's clever, and he is. It was cool to see him like, oh, here's someone who's legitimately clever, whose brain works in this way. And so to choose that person with a period piece, which are almost always clever, it was like a perfect marriage of a person and a time, the place and time, and the plot, and then how they did it. It just went really well together.
All these people have been clever. It leads me to think that perhaps in the next period one, it's going to involve another clever person from history.
Clever writer. Who could that be? So what I was saying about it not being as deep as the last one. There's not a lot of like, there's stuff here, but it's a murder mystery mixed with the Doctor Who seasoning we had to put on the dish. But I said it was fun. And the 45 minutes or whatever flew by. Like, this was a very fast episode. Which is saying something because I am dealing with a massive migraine that is very painful. And for me to get lost enough that time flies, that says something.
Shall we go to your notes?
Oh, yeah, sure. 3 pages again.
Philip's notes.
I love the, in the beginning when the footman is handing out the beverages. And he goes to Roger, and Roger says, "Just the way I like it," and looks at him. And then later on, the Doctor picks up on it. It's kind of like... His expression was hard to read in that one. I'm not going to speculate, but then we have Agatha Christie. We're both like, oh.
Yes.
Then we had the "we're not a couple" dialogue. I think it's funny now. It's like every episode. And almost. They have to establish that they're not a married couple or together in that way.
Being the detective that she was, well, of course they aren't married. Where are the wedding rings?
And as far as not being a couple, we'll get to that later on in the notes. Then they ask, "Where's Mr. Christie?" And she says, "Is he needed? Can't a woman make her own way in the world?"
Very forward thinking at the time.
Yeah. Between, the subplot between the two men, and then here with Agatha Christie trying to be, more assertive and
be her own person instead of simply being so-and-so's wife.
Yeah, instead of being defined by the man, she's like, I'm just a human being who happens to be a woman, just like the two men are human beings who just happen to, be gay. So we dealt with social commentary in more than one way, which was cool. And then we get, today's the day she disappeared. Okay. And then it turns into a murder mystery. Which one is the alien life form? I suspected the pastor guy when he said, when one's with God, we're never alone. I was like, that was funny that Donna got a little anachronistic when she mentioned Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
And then she did it later on again. And then I love the line of Agatha Christie really calling out some issues I've had with the Doctor in the past. About how he acts and reacts to things. Like when Donna was going to get the keys to the TARDIS, and she's like, "Can we get to this when the world's done choking to death?" I think they just found the guy dead, and the Doctor's all excited to solve this with Agatha Christie. And she says, "How can a man have fun when there's disaster all around him?" And he was like, yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
This is an actual real murder. Somebody died,
Yeah.
and he's giddy and excited.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my words exactly. Yeah. Like there's people choking to death. The Doctor's all giddy to give her the key. And again, it's part of the Doctor. It's part of who he is as a character. And it's one of those things like in the last episode where 3 seasons ago, I may have ranted about this, but now I'm just like, you know what? This is just who the Doctor is. Okay.
Go with it.
Yeah, exactly. There's still stuff that bothers me, obviously. I liked also another trope of murder mysteries. Every single person that Agatha Christie questioned in the beginning, "Where were you?" Everyone said, "Now let me see. Yes, now I remember." Everyone. I thought it was funny. I like when Agatha Christie has the piece of paper, and he's like, "What does that say?" It's either an M or an N. And she's like, "No, it's Maiden." He goes, "Maiden! What's that mean?" That was really funny. They got really excited for the word, and then it's like, no. What are we deducing from this now? And then he's chasing the Wasp, and it goes down the hall, and he screams, "There's nowhere to run! Show yourself!" And all the doors open, and they all pop out at once.
Everybody's there.
Well done. They took the murder mystery tropes and worked them so well. So well.
All of the suspects They're
Yep.
still suspects.
Oh, and then in that scene we had the footman pop his head out the door too. That's like, aw, that's sweet. Then we had the very bizarre scene of the doctor being poisoned with cyanide
Yes.
and trying to play charades. He needed protein and salt, but not that much salt, but that much salt, and needed a shock. Big shot coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Donna's face was like, no. Insert Michael from The Office. No, no, no. Please, God, no, 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 no. Oh, God, please, no. Please don't. Please don't. Damn it. Let that be a one-off. It's just like when Martha kissed, or the doctor kissed Martha in episode 1 of last season, and she was like, and ever since then, it was, she carried the flame for him, which was more tolerable. Obviously, I like Martha. Yay, Martha.
And she slowly began to realize what's really happening and knew what was best and went on with her life.
Yeah, yeah. And fair play to her. Like when she at the end of the episode, she looked at her ring and smiled. I was like, yay, she's gonna go back home to her own doctor. Good for her. Yay, Martha. Let's not let this be the spark for Donna. Please. We don't know what's gonna happen, obviously. I'm just saying as of right now, this is what we know. Please, for love of God, no. We were doing so well.
In each episode, practically every episode, it's established that we are not a couple.
Yeah, they're like, we're just friends, Yes, please, can we please. I may be overreacting right now, but as said, some people forget, we don't know what's going to happen next. So right now, there's a big giant worry cloud over my head. Is it going to pass, or am I going to get drenched? We'll find out. If I get drenched, just be prepared.
All right.
The poor Roger died, and the footman saw him. I already said it, but I love Donna's line there a lot, because I can't imagine being, a gay man. And really, any point in time, really. Just to think about that, man. Like, if we were a couple, then we'd have to be very secret. Now, how would we do that? How do you,
Well, it would help if one of us were a person of high status, so that people would simply not care. He's the lord of this or that. He'll do what he wants.
Yeah, true.
And it's a big house, many places to hide.
Very true. Yeah. Then we get the other murder mystery trope when they're being questioned and she's talking to the one lady. Well, all right then. I'm like, yep. Usually I hate it. It worked because they were clearly playing this up big time on purpose. So it was perfect for the story they were telling. I love when Agatha Christie was doing the and you and like that.
Yes, another thing, the point.
Yeah. Donna's just like,
yes,
she was all into it. It was so cool. Like she's getting to watch Agatha Christie in real time.
Yes.
Wow.
Is that the murderer? No. Is that the murderer? No.
Yeah, it was.
No. Stop interrupting my speech. I'm really going with this.
You're right. Yeah. Then I like that she turns to the other guy and he's like, "You got me," and he stands up and she's like, "I was just gonna say you were innocent." I love that he jumped the gun. And it was sweet though. Like he was afraid to lose Lady Edison,
so he feigned the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of shitty, but at the same time he had good intentions. Like
yes.
He's like, you're still desirable and beautiful and
yes. Deceiving, but at the same time sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also another trope of leading up to the person who's actually guilty, but then building the suspense. Was it you? No. Was it you? No.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah. And then the plot went like, whoa. So Lady Edison goes to India, gets impregnated by a wasp alien, came back, the maid came with her. Again, she dated a wasp. Said she had malaria because she was pregnant with a wasp baby. Because she dated a wasp. Her lover, her wasp lover, because she dated a wasp, drown. It's a little weird, y'all. I don't hate it at all, obviously. I really enjoyed this episode. When you say she dated a wasp, out of context,
well,
it's an Agatha Christie story. Has he had too much to drink? But yeah, so then she comes back with the malaria, the whole thing. She had the baby, gave it up. I also liked when they were doing the questioning, how it would volley back and forth from Agatha Christie to the doctor. Agatha Christie to the doctor. She's like, you're up. Like the pacing and the flow of the episode was really well done. And I think that doesn't get talked about enough sometimes.
Yes, when it involves something that seems otherworldly, now it's the Doctor's turn. This is then beyond her knowledge.
Another trope that I love a lot. Well, I don't love it. I think it's overused sometimes. But again, this is playing on all the tropes in murder mysteries, so it's perfect here. When Lady Edison is being told about her son, and then realize, like, how old is you've been 40? How old are you, Pastor? 40 or 40. And it goes on her.
The close-up.
Yeah, like the background, like, I love that shot there. And then we had the Firestone. It unlocked him, like his subconscious. And since Lady Edison was wearing it, it like absorbed Agatha Christie's, like what she was reading and all that. And then the chase scene happens, and they're at the little pond, and Donna throws the Firestone into the water, fire into water. The creature goes after it and dies. Then lets Agatha go. And then the doctor says, Donna, that thing couldn't help itself. Again, trying to give the notion of choice, which has been really, something that's been very important this season after, everything he'd been through with Martha. So I like that line was there. Like, he was still trying to give this creature a way out, a choice, trying to help.
And, well, at least in the end, it redeemed itself by letting Agatha Christie go.
Yeah. We're still planting those seeds for the Doctor, in his growth as a being. And that is all for my notes. Everything else are from my patrons over on Patreon.
The father and son died the same way, by drowning.
Yeah. That's how she.
I really enjoyed this episode.
And we're a sucker for period piece ones. And very well done. Or anything else you'd like to add about this episode?
No.
Alrighty. Well, it's going to wrap this one up. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Until then.